So, up next, we wanted to talk about Undernight. This is a side game. It's not one of the officials. But because it has so many entrants, there has been such a good response for the game. It's had great numbers at other tournaments, too.
Yes.
We thought it'd be important to chat about it. You know, find out a little bit more. Part of that's going to be streamed as well, so it's not just something that is only accessible to you if you're at EVO in person. It's also available on stream. So we're going to bring on Daryl, DJ Cream, to talk with us. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey!
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now watch this. Let's see if I get this work. Pooh, there we go.
All right,
okay,
then here's the picture that he said to use for him.
Yes. I'm 100% just doing what they wanted me to do, okay?
Cool. I'm glad you're doing this, because this is straight up for the memes, whoever like kick it with me at all the majors I go to.
So you are TOing for the Undernight tournament.
Correct. Yes, I am. Before I do that, I would also like to shout out MajinObama. He gave a lot of the points I want to make. So I want to reciprocate that by saying, as part of the Anime Evo team, we also have an Anime Evo store. And part of that store are Mikado t-shirts that will not only... so the proceeds for those Mikado t-shirts that you could buy from the Anime Evo store will go towards the arcade that he was talking about in Takada and Nobaba.
Cool.
And yeah, so that helps fund the players for their travels and stuff like that. So if you want to see more Japanese players come out to America, for example, please check out our store, buy those Mikado t-shirts, and help support the players overseas.
Cool, man.
All right.
So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the UNIST tournament.
Yeah, I mean, just as a setup, I mean, obviously the new version just came out for PS4 in America finally, and then it's coming out in Steam. But Combo Breaker just had the recent largest tournament in the U.S., in North America. But now EVO, over 200 entrants. I mean, how exciting is that for you?
To be honest, it's actually nerve-wracking because, okay, so the premise is that when before the game even came out, I made an estimate of maybe 80 people will show up, but y'all are rocking it for Uni this year. 209 players, it's amazing. I've never seen a side tournament this big at Evo. Honestly,
it's huge.
At the beginning when you guys were saying that old school Marvel and I'm a CVS2 player. I grew up playing CVS2, and seeing Evo, seeing Evo in 2005, those were the standard numbers you would reach.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So seeing that at a side tournament in 2018, it's phenomenal. Really, you guys are rocking it. So 200, over 200 people. That's the first. First of all, this is the first UNIST tournament at Evo. Last year we ran UNIL, and UNIST came out in Japan 2 weeks later. So we missed the boat on it.
Right. I mean,
this is the first UNIST tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like this is kind of an indication to just how much people are really enjoying, and I feel like this time people are noticing Undernight in Birth a lot more than it was for UNIL, because I feel like a lot of people are talking about it this year in particular.
Yeah, to be honest, there's a lot of quality of life changes, especially for the Western audience. For example, the tutorial that we got was one of the most robust and detailed tutorials I've ever seen in a fighting game. There was stuff that I've been playing Uni since it came out in America 4 years ago, and there was stuff in the tutorial that I didn't even know about, and I was let's see where I can introduce it to my gameplay, for example. Yeah. So yeah, that game did a lot to just further help players get into the game and then learn what the steps are to progress in terms of skill levels and things you need to learn and what skill sets you need to develop over time. So yeah, the Western audience in particular has really gravitated towards this game. I remember reading a article, a translated article from Goichi maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where he was talking with Daigo about baby Anime Evo, one of our first or second times we ran Anime Evo, and he was really impressed at how popular Uni is in the West. He attributes it to really cool characters, but I think the game has spoken for itself, and it's just more than a collection of cool characters.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess in terms of then 200 people, I'm sure you have the list of all the people who have signed up. Who are the players that you're actually looking out for right now?
Yeah. So basically, if you go check our brackets, we have 8 pools going on for for Uni, and practically each one of those pools have at least 3 or 4 people like seated that are like terrifying.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's crazy because like the skill gap in this game has like definitely like shrunk among like the top players. Like before, it used to be like, oh, like NorCal used to rock Unil for like a good chunk, and now all kinds of different regions are stepping up their game. Like for example, Canada, the Vancouver area, the Toronto area, New York, friggin'. Like,
well, the guy who won like, CEO and Combo Breaker was Klim from Canada, right?
Yeah. So Klim is definitely the odds-on favorite for this year because he won Combo Breaker, previously the most like entered Uni tournament in the world, and then he recently went back to back at CEO Otaku, or not CEO Otaku, just CEO.
Yeah.
But so you have him claiming Midwest and East Coast. This is gonna be the first time he's gonna like try to go for the Triple Crown by trying to take the West Coast at Evo. So hopefully he accomplishes that. But the difference is that there's gonna be a lot of California representation at Evo as opposed to Combo Breaker and CEO. So they're like literally a lot of the top seeds were a lot of California heads I didn't see travel out to Combo Breaker.
Okay.
And those are pretty much like the group of sharks that everyone's trying to avoid in the pools.
Well, what about foreign players though? Do we have a lot of expert Japanese players coming here for UNIST at all?
Yeah, we do. It's a small handful, but like 2 of them are very terrifying. One of them is Mabushin. For a long time Anime Evo stream watchers, Mabushin has been a perennial like top Japanese player in a bajillion different anime games like Aquapaza and all that like other stuff. But like Uni is one of his better games. He plays Gordeau, and yeah, he got top 8 I think 2 years ago for Unil, and yeah, like he's gonna be a returning player. But he's only the second Japanese, like he's the second strongest Japanese player that's gonna show up. It was brought to my attention earlier this afternoon that the 3rd best Merkava player it will be showing up at Evo. His name is Heiho, and yeah, like he's the 3rd best Merkava player. A lot of players who pick up Uni, they look at Merkava and they're like, this guy is terrifying, full screen normals, all that stuff. So yeah, like y'all need to brush up your Merkava experience. Also, Klim plays Merkava as well.
Yeah, so everyone's gonna have to learn how to fight that character anyway. So, oh man.
So yeah, there are good Japanese players like coming through. It's mostly American players, obviously. So there's too many like really good like North American players that are showing up to play.
I mean, that's actually crazy to me because, like, to say that there was over 200 and the majority of them are from North America means that, because I was thinking maybe the numbers would be inflated by a lot of the foreign players.
That's what I wondered too,
but if it's actually everybody in the States that's going to this, that's super exciting. And, just as a side note, like, this is something I talk about every year, but it's like, if you want your game to get noticed by Evo staff, like in consideration, this is kind of the way you do it, right? You run a side tournament. You have over 200 entrants. It's almost that's like 2/3 about the 8th game in terms of number of entrants at Evo, right? So you're right there. And so, this is how you do it. You go there, you support, you have a lot of fun, you throw a hype tournament and everyone gets excited about it and they'll notice for sure.
Dude, like this reminds me of like the momentum that Uni is riding right now, this wave of like popularity and respect that other FGC members are giving it. Completely reminds me of like when Melty Blood got an official Evo fight in 2010, because like the previous majors going into Evo that previous year, a lot of people were like, "Hey, Melty Blood is alive. It's kicking, and it's also like taking viewership away from even Street Fighter 4 at that time." So if we keep riding this momentum, who knows? Like the future of UNIST, especially at Evo, could be shining even brighter than it is right now.
Yeah, and it's coming out on Steam, like I said, which is a big deal in my opinion. Because I've told so many people online, I was like, "You should play this game," and they were all like, "I would, except it's not on Steam." And like, nope, no more excuse, man. August, here it comes.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if you have any passing interest in the game, you gotta make sure you watch this on the side streams as well. So, do you know which streams it's gonna be, which channels it'll be streamed on?
I do. It'll be on Oh wait, unless you do.
Yeah. So like for top four will be on an official Evo stream, but for our pools all day Friday, we're actually reaching out to a local SoCal streamer named Dark and Dark. So he worked with us last year for streaming a bunch of our anime Evo titles, and this year he's going to be concentrating a lot on Uni this year. So
nice.
There's a lot to look forward to.
I know that the Evo streams, it's going to be on Evo 7, right?
Are the pools actually going to be streamed?
I believe so. Well, it's different side events that are going on, but yeah, I think that it'll be Evo 2 and Evo 7
like a
for
stream schedule, but the location for Uni top 4, I don't think has been revealed yet, so I'll keep that a secret for you guys.
Okay, sure. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
And when you find out, definitely let us know. We'll retweet it, try to spread awareness of it.
A lot of... I'm really impressed with the popularity that UNIST has gathered, especially like in the last 6 months. Like I said, I was only expecting 80 people to show up, and then last night I was punching like at least 100, 200 people. Like they're looking at their pools and they're trying to assign them a seat in a pool for
man,
very cool
this week.
So
it's a lot of work, but the payoff is going to be tremendous. I can't wait.
So you would say then that the biggest storyline really is like Klim coming into this and then finally having the NorCal top players traveling to see if they could try to unseat him as the current champion, right?
Yeah, correct. Because at Anime Ascension earlier this year, it was a NorCal player who actually took that title. So Klim is actually moving the West Coast title to give him full North American dominance, so to speak. So
I guess he's West Coast, but yeah, different country, West Coast. He by the way, in the chat says that his goal is to have 3 people from his scene in top 8.
Ooh,
dude, it's very possible. It's hella possible, actually.
Okay.
Like Vancouver, like their community is like super good. There's I could at least name 3 people who have the potential of making out of their pools.
Sick.
It's just after you get out of your pools, there's still more people to fight.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Quickly, I just want to note that I'm also the TO for Melty Blood. I'm doing Uni all day Friday, and I'm doing Melty Blood all day Saturday.
Dang.
And quickly, I just want to note that the exact opposite of Uni is true for Melty Blood, where there's a lot of Japanese players entering Melty Blood, and they're all really good. The major storyline, Yoichi is not entering for the first time in 4 years.
Wow.
So there's going to be he's gonna be busy concentrating on DPS.
Right.
Busy,
but he's the master, right? So
yeah. So we're gonna have a new Melty Blood champion this year. There's at least 8 people from Japan who are really high level, really strong players, and there's also still the perennial North American best players. So,
cool.
We'll be also streaming that on Numaki's channel on Saturday. So all fans of Melty Blood, you know who Numaki is, and just hit up his channel. And there's gonna be some really strong Melty Blood on Saturday night.
Yeah. Also, I mean, before you go, I definitely want to give a shout out to the entire Anime Evo team, because they are pulling off some craziness over there. And the Anime Evo is pretty much proof that if your game is not a main game at Evo, it doesn't even matter, because you have these side tournaments here. SNK has even pitched in $5,000 to the KOF 14 team on the Anime Evo, and so, how many games are you guys running? Do you remember offhand?
It's more than I can count on 2 hands. So it's somewhere around 20, 24, 25. It's gotten ridiculous.
It's listed as 27.
27 side tournaments. There you go.
And it's so, Undernight's definitely the biggest, but 171 for Windjammers, which is funny. But BBCF has 114, Gundam Versus 97, KOF 89, Melty Blood 73, Sailor Moon 62, etc., etc. There's a lot of entrants for all of these games.
Yeah, and it's also
I just wanted to note that the Anime Evo, the Anime Evo team, we're over the years we've kind of fostered these new TOs who said in previous years, hey, can you run this? Can you run this? Sure, we can run it, but we can help you run it, and that teaches. That's the lesson of teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. You know what I mean? So.
Genius. You got all these fishermen now.
Beautiful.
I like it.
And the boat's getting full.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I really appreciate you coming on to talk about it.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me, dude. You guys rock the show tonight or next week. So yeah.
All right,
later.
thanks. And again, this is Daryl Bunao. Of course, you can see right there. You can follow him on Twitter at Daryl Bunao for any Anime Evo information.